Now live from the capital city, Gaborone, this is your BTV News at 9 p.m. My name is Kylo Sabone. In sports, I am with Ntebogang Sebetlela. Now, in our headlines, government schools closed today, rather from tomorrow, due to torrential rains. While government is set to review food menu for the inmates.
And in sports, preparations for the Lefika International Relays and Hurdles scheduled for next month are going well.
Dumelang, the Minister for Child Welfare and Basic Education, Me Nono Kafela Mokoka, has announced in Parliament today that schools will close from tomorrow, Thursday 20th, to Monday the 24th due to floods across the country. The Minister also mentioned that the Ministry will review that decision on Monday. Now, the police spokesperson, Assistant Commissioner Nia Bagali, says the heavy rainfalls or floods experienced in Gaborone today affected some roads and shops within the city. Assistant Minister mentioned also that some roads are still closed and the police is working around the clock to help with the traffic congestion now taking place around Gaborone city.
Ili sone se le sa khantile re sa tswa go bona go nna tokagalo nyana e seng ya sepe ha re lebela tsela go teng A12 ke tsela ile gore e ya molepolole e hita ka bo molapo crossing o ka ga kulogela gore khantile ne le gore ra re molapo crossing ha le go tswetswe mme e re la go ntse go tsweletse re bona gore seemo sa metsi se ile go tase mme re na ra bula tsela yone ya go ya molepolole se se rang gore ba ba tswang go Gaborone ba molepolole kana ba tswa molepolole ba tsena mo Gaborone ba ka disa tsela yone so re butse raiso mme ke swantse re ke thalose gore go na le gapile ga bokamoso hospital go hale go na le di lane di pedi kana tse di yang kwa le di pedi tse di tsa mo Gaborone jana go na le lane ile gore ya go molepolole ile gore e is flooded kana e tetse metsi jana se re se dirile response ke gore re lemogile gore dikolo tse di tswang go molepolole ha di dintsi mo go kalo mme yana re be re buletse la ele gore ka be tswa go molepolole e nne yone yang go molepolole gore so that traffic e khone go movanyana go sekanyana bogolo ka nakwana so ke tsela gore seemo seo ke sone se dirile gore re khone go ka dira jalo mme go na le tsela e nngwe gape e le gore ya Sekitumeleng Teaching Hospital le yone tsela eo ra itshore re butse re bula jana re bona gore seemo nyale se le ko tase so ke tsela gore ditsela tsone tseo and then go nna le tsela ile gore ke ya Western Bypass ile gore ine le between mass media and phase 2 le molapo crossing rather le yone ya tsamaeganyana gompieno so re santse re kuela go batswaneng right gore aba nne pilutelele ya ka seemo ka re stana butukanyana e bile gore di tswela ba ithokomela kana matshilo a bone ke ona a ile gore re la ka one gore le dithuto tsa bone so re santse re eme gone go tse dingwe di tsela tsone tsene di bega khatele le tsone santse di tswetse right.
Now, as a quick update, just based on the visuals, the traffic going towards the north of the Gaborone now seems to have normalized, and the traffic moving even at the bottom of the road also normalized. And thank you for driving safely and taking care. Now, continuing, excellent organizational culture, which encompasses good communication and integrity, is said to be the basis of good productivity. This was said by the Minister for Local Government and Traditional Affairs, Reke Khalifile Motseahwa, in Francistown, when addressing the mayors and council secretaries of different towns and districts. He said employees should aim to perform excellently in their job instead of being concerned with issues of being politically affiliated to any party, adding that the high performance in jobs will help speed up developments in their districts. Terry Mahweng.
High performance and productivity across government departments is identified as an efficient way to enhance Botswana's economic growth. With the Ministry of Local Government and Traditional Affairs at the core of the country's development, the minister called on the public officers to work hard to attain this aspiration.
Our organizational culture must be that of an agile, resilient, high-performance organization. We can't be saying people will be fired. And we can't be saying people will remain in their job just because they are BOTSWANA. The emphasis and focus must be performance. That only high performers will remain charged with the responsibility and privilege of serving BOTSWANA. In order to save your job, we have to do only one thing. Just perform. We don't have to align politically.
Some of the current government strategies to further develop this country were outlined.
In the analysis that we did, we came up with 6 pillars. 6 pillars are basically saying our economy, the way we have structured it over the years, and the losses and opportunities that we have lost in terms of economic development is faulty.
Council's leadership also shared their views.
The principles and purposes I'm very excited.
I'm happy about what we just presented, as it aligns well with our council's mandate.
I'm happy our senior officers are here. No, this should be in line with our manifesto.
The promotions.
People haven't been promoted in a long time. These are some of the issues that promote discouragement amongst officers. The ministry leadership has committed to meeting quarterly to engage and share ideas that will help drive Botswana's economy to greater heights. Terry Makhoing, BTV News, Francistown.
Now, the Ministry for Justice and Correctional Services, Re Augustine Nyatanga, says government has taken a decision to review the food menu provided to inmates in the country's prisons. He shared this during his visit to Mahalape prisons as a follow-up on requests made by the inmates during the visit by the Minister, Re Nelson Ramotwana, in January. Love more, Mario.
Mahalape prison has more than 700 inmates, 41 of them being women. During the Minister of Justice and Correctional Services visit in January this year, the inmates expressed their concern about some of the operations within the prison, which they say violate their rights and make life difficult for them. Among their grievances is the distasteful food and reputation of some dishes in their menu.
Ministry of Health. We have engaged and reached an agreement with the Ministry of Health and the Prison Commissioner regarding this issue. They are currently working on it, and we have agreed that they will review the menu to assess whether it is suitable or if any additions are necessary.
Some of the inmates pleaded with the Assistant Minister to swiftly resolve the long-standing conflict between them and warders, saying it is causing problems within the prison.
Social worker, psychologist.
There are some social workers, psychologists and educational personnel who perform their duties, but some officers who may show compassion one day can turn against you the next. If I'm constantly beaten, it is abuse. If I'm beaten without any wrongdoing and sustain injuries, then it is clear mistreatment. We are being beaten, sir. I want us to move beyond the stage of physical punishment. If someone has an issue, it should be addressed through dialogue. I do not want to hear about inmates fighting officers because such conflicts will not end well. As a leader, I do not condone such actions.
Among other issues, the inmates appealed to the assistant minister to convince the government on their behalf to consider reducing their sentences. In turn, the assistant minister reassured them that the plans to inform the president about the issue are underway. He further implored the inmates to avoid trouble by obeying the prison's laws and regulations to desist from smuggling cigarettes and cell phones into the prison premises. Lavmo Mario, BTV News, Mahalape.
Now, the Minister for Minerals and Energy, Mebuholu Kenwendo, says renewable energy could be the solution to the energy deficiency experienced by the SADC region and ensuring its energy security. Now, at a press briefing in Gaborone prior to next week's launch of the 2025 SADC Sustainable Energy Week, Kenwendo noted that funding for renewable energy projects will be discussed at the event. Sulefelo Tombale.
According to the World Bank, as of 2022, approximately 365 million people in Eastern and Southern Africa were without electricity. This is a challenge, however, that the Southern African Development Community through the SADC Center for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency and the Botswana government believes can be addressed through investment in renewable energy, a goal that will be advanced by the SADC Sustainable Energy Week from the 24th to the 28th of this month, which will be hosted by Botswana and opened by President Advocate Duma Boko.
Director of Ceremony, you have convened us here today really because of the energy needs in the region, but mainly because we see that it's not only about what we can produce, but what we can trade, how we can assist each other because of the abundance of sunshine, of strong winds, of the immense hydropower potential that we have, and because of the needs of the millions of Africans that still lack access to renewable, to energy in the region.
With this event, we are also then co-organizing it with IRENA. IRENA is the International Renewable Energy Agency based in Abu Dhabi, and with this they will be hosting their 6th International Off-Grid Conference. So this is also the first time that that it will be hosted in Southern Africa, so Botswana being the first, and this is looking at off-grid solutions, looking at solutions on how to improve, and also looking at all different technologies.
The objectives of the event were revealed.
The objectives of this SADC Sustainable Energy Week are to provide a platform whereby various stakeholders from across governments, regulators, utilities, financiers, development agencies, project developers, academia, innovators, youth, amongst others, come together to showcase developments and opportunities, to interrogate challenges, but also to look at opportunities that exist in sustainable energy in this region.
The organizers expressed the hope that the countries that will participate in the event, through their ministers of energy, including those from Zambia, Mozambique, and Angola, will exchange ideas and best practices to better energy security and independence in the region. Tsolofela Tombale, BTV News, Gaborone.
Now, Khansi District Youth Office has funded to date 314 youth-owned businesses, but currently only 254 are operating, while 55 have collapsed. Now, this was revealed by the project's district coordinator for MySec, Re Udiretse Mang Mulao, at a youth entrepreneurship IP development workshop held in Khansi. Of over 300 projects funded, only 6 youth have repaid back their loans, or the loans rather granted through the Youth Development Fund program. Angela Enosa.
Khansi has an array of youth-owned businesses funded under the Youth Development Program, meant to financially assist budding entrepreneurs. Though hundreds have been funded, only 6 have fully repaid their loans.
Mo kgalong ya rona re fundile di-project di le 314 at a total of.
We have funded 314 projects at a tune of over 29 million pula, which, as you can see, is quite a large amount. We have the objective of ensuring that we support youth-owned businesses in our areas, as we want to reduce rural-urban migration of enterprises. We want the youth to know they can start up profitable businesses regardless of where they are. Partnerships are necessary in order for a business to go far.
Why can't you team up and provide as a consortium, not as partners in your own business, but as joint ventures? Why can't we facilitate that? So, as young people, do we want to walk alone, or do we want to work with other people in other districts and where there are services and resources?
We want you, as we are seated here, to be innovators. When I look at you, I see partners that will help us achieve our manifesto pledge of 100,000 jobs per annum.
In the Khansi area, 55 youth-owned businesses have collapsed. We need to build our businesses so they can be profitable. We should stop eating away at our profits, but instead save up so that our businesses can grow to be sustainable entities. Amongst reasons cited for failure of most of the businesses were lack of commitment, limited markets due to the proximity of the area, high rentals, as well as some youth running their entities remotely and not being hands-on. Angela Enosa, BTV News, Khansi.
Now in Sepako near Nata, residents have appealed to government to help address stock theft in their area through benchmarking on what has already been done in the Bubirwa area. Farmers in the village, which lies at the northwestern tip of the Tutume district, say their livestock have on numerous occasions been taken across the border into neighboring Zimbabwe by cattle rustlers. Now they were speaking at a meeting addressed by the Minister for State Presidency, Remweti Mohasa.
Botswana are widely known for farming. Even in Sepako village, residents rely on livestock rearing for sustenance. Nonetheless, some of these residents have been impoverished by rustlers who have been stealing their livestock over some time now. Residents have, however, pleaded with the area member of parliament to help in addressing this issue. It is then that a Kota meeting where the Minister of State President, Mr. Mohasa, addressed the residents was convened.
Untwala ka go bobira bona le se maju ate ana nna botokanyana jaano ne ke re moswete no ra ga skala ka kwake.
We hear that in Bubirwa they try to rectify a similar situation, so we think you could go there and benchmark.
Mo ba ka le tsaya la ya kwa la go bona gore go ntsenyang la ithuta sengwe e be re ka ta ha ke rate dilo makwati e be re ka ta la dirisa me di tharabolo tseo
it's around the key. Before 28 February, committee be kopane, then be update.
Before the 28th of February, we should have a meeting. Before the 10th of March, we should have gone to Bubirwa. And before the end of next month, we should have a solution.
Meeting update the community,
The village leadership expressed their concerns. My cattle were stolen, which I bought through Arab.
Ke na le potso e ke ipotsang gore a mme bone batho ba ntseng ba tsaya leruo kgapetsa a bate ba tshwarwe gone kwa ga dikgomo di ntse di tola yana ha ile gore ba tshwarwa a ba.
My question is whether these people get arrested.
Ka kanyo ya me ke be ke re ka ba tsaya dikgomo kwa go ra gore melato ba idirela kwa keng re sa dire gore ha ba tshwere ga ile gore ba te ba tshwara ba te go sekela kwano.
Residents were reassured that their grievances would be resolved by the end of next month, a move that will be appreciated by many. Terry Makhoeng, BTV News, Sepako.
Now let's take a look at our sports stories with BOTSWANA.
Thank you very much, Kaelo Sabone. Now, BOTSWANA Tonight Sports News follows with me, Ntabukhani. The senior national women's football team coach, the MES, Alex Malete, says the team is ready and will take nothing for granted when they begin their Women African Cup of Nations qualifiers of Morocco 2026 tomorrow at Obed Itani Chulume Stadium in Francistown. Malete has made it clear that the local ladies who start their continental campaign with a crucial game against the Leopards of Democratic Republic of Congo must secure an advantage ahead of the return leg on February 26. Karabosebele has more.
The MES, who are beginning another WAFCON campaign with just 4 months before heading to their second successive WAFCON finals in Morocco, promised to use the skills they acquired in those qualifications to give DRC a sound thrashing.
Tactical work activation until we game day, so everyone is available for selection. No injuries, good camp, the focus is there, the commitment is there, and we understand that it's going to be a very difficult game for everyone, so we are ready to give everything we have, and we are positive that we'll get desired results. The most important thing for us for now is to proceed to the second round, where we'll play Banyana in October. But the first hurdle is always the most difficult, so we are ready. We understand that if we qualify again for the third successive time, it means more opportunities for our players to play in Europe, to get teams in better leagues in Africa, something that will make our national team even stronger. So the players also understand the importance of the match tomorrow.
Malete, who's also the coach for the National First Division South League outfit UB Hawks, highlighted that they've made a thorough research on DRC. Moreover, they selected their final squad, looking at their players' strengths to match their opponents.
We haven't played them, but we know them very well. I'm sure they also know us very well. They played 8 games last year. We watched 6 of their games, so it's enough information to prepare for an opponent. 95% of the players who are here today, they played 10 of our games last year, with the exception of 2 players who had challenges with the academic calendar. But they are here, they've been part of the team before, and we know for sure the important members of the group, and they will add quality. And
Captain Sedilame Bosija said preparations are never enough, but she believes they will do their best to compete.
Mental, physical, everyone is ready for Thursday's game. We've been preparing so well from last year. When you look at the record, the games that she played, especially the last one, it showed good signs to face any team at any time.
The return leg match will be played in DRC next week, Wednesday. The winner between the MES and the DRC will face South Africa's Banyana for a place in the finals, which will be held in Morocco for a third consecutive time. Karabo Sibili, BTV Sport, Francistown.
And lastly, preparations for the much-anticipated Lefika International Relays and Hurdles scheduled for next month at the National Stadium are progressing well. The competition expected to aid the growth of the relay discipline on athletes across the African continent is expected to gather 9 countries across the Southern African region. Paco Strake with the report.
The 4th Lefika International Relays and Hurdles competition will afford athletes an opportunity to qualify for major competitions such as the World Athletics Championships.
So far, Ronaldo sponsors are ER 24/7, key emergency assist. Requirement is go to stadium, go to clinic, ambulance. Requirement ya mabelo. Mind you, mabelo are world accredited.
Though preparations are going well, there is still some work that needs to be done.
Event they are money related, they are money bound. As far as I'm concerned, we have 8 plus 9 countries, 8 to 9 countries. It's Southern Africa, 9 is Kenya, 11 is interest to be part of the games. They've shown interest. Accommodation ya bone sanza lo borra le bo ma accommodation to bona abaka ithaopa to advertise their platforms through this race.
To help Lefika Athletics Club host a successful event, the mayor of Gaborone has pledged their support towards the competition.
Ke le ratoropo Gaborone ke bone go ntshwana bile le ba komiti ya me ele makansara ka nna gore re ba emenokeng. We are most probably go nna nyana re tamogele dikolo gore re itse dikolo gore ba Lefika ke bao ba kopa ke monokeng ya lona gore ba tle ba khone gore bana le bone ba te ba rotwetsege ba rokotsege gore ka mosore bone bo Lefika ba ntsha bone bo Nigel Amos bote bo go letsile ba ntsha bo mme Amante Montsu ba bangwe bo Mejele ba ile ba le hatsela Botswana gore mong ka bo gone mong ga re ka go tsibogela ra go tsibogela ka go ha support ele ka nere le Botswana. We are going to see wonders out of this Lefika relays.
The event is expected to attract, among others, athletes from South Africa, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Eswatini, Lesotho, Kenya, and hosts Botswana. The relays will feature a range of events, including the 4x400 meter, 4x200 meter, 4x100 meter for both men and women, amongst others. Paco Sterek, PTV Sport, Gaborone.
Paco Strike bring us to the end of our 9 p.m. sports update. Now back to Kaelo Sabone to remind us of our top leading stories.
Government closing schools from tomorrow due to torrential rains. And again, government to review food menu for inmates.
And in sports, preparations for the Lefika International Relays and Hurdles scheduled for next month are going well.
Before we end them, let's take a quick look at our roads at the moment across or around BTV, rather from the road you're looking at there is KT Mutsete, where it crosses into Mogoditane. Traffic moving smoothly so far, a sign that the water has subsided. It is safe to drive on the roads, however, advice will always come. The roads are still wet, tires are still wet, drive safely. Let's look at the wet.
Good evening and welcome to today's weather forecast brought to you by Mpho Ishwadhar. We continue to experience some heavy falls over most parts of the country that have already resulted in some flash flooding in some areas like some parts of Khanzi and Gaborone. The public is advised to take necessary precautions like avoiding unnecessary movements, especially that these heavy falls are expected to persist into next week. Now looking into the rainfall amounts recorded this morning at 8 a.m., we have 114 millimeters at Point Drift Border Post, 100 millimeters at Linzwele Muriti Primary School, 85 millimeters at Woodhall Police Station in Lobadze, 60 millimeters at Clariselele Primary School, 55 millimeters at Baratani Primary School, 53 millimeters at Batlokwa National School in Tlokweng, 47 millimeters at Mogodisane Police Station, 45 millimeters at Muyaba Nakotla, 42 millimeters at Muchudi Police Station, 40 millimeters at State House, Muyabana Primary School and Matsakhan Primary School in Kanye, 36 millimeters at Mafitla Khosi Primary School in Tlogweng and Tabala Primary School, 33 millimeters at Letlole Primary School in Mankhodi, 31 millimeters at Sekinyaga Primary School, 30 millimeters at Mankhodi Khotla and Matsagalatao Primary School, 29 millimeters at Sesra Zakama International Airport, 28 millimeters at Mohorosi Primary School and Luanem Primary School, 24 millimeters at Radisele Khotla, 22 millimeters at Khunye Primary School and Tumasera Khotla, 21 millimeters at Batseng Farm and Goha Wildlife Camp, and in other areas we recorded below 20 millimeters. Now looking into the current satellite picture, it's quite active over most parts of the country with cloudy conditions observed over the eastern half of the country. And this reddish color shows some developing thunderstorms which are currently giving us some showers. For tomorrow, cloudy conditions are still expected over the entire country with fairly widespread thunder showers over southern, southeast Gauteng and Gwenin districts. In other parts of the country, scattered thunder showers are expected. In the morning, warm temperatures are expected over Chobe, southern Khanti, northern Kalahari, and southern district, ranging between 17 degrees Celsius over Pandamatenga to 19 degrees Celsius over Kasane and Tsane. In other parts of the country, hot temperatures are expected in the morning, ranging between 20 degrees Celsius over Tsabong, Gaborone, and Letlhakane to 21 degrees Celsius over Shakawe, Suapen, and Francistown. In the afternoon, mild temperatures are expected over the eastern part of the country into the southeastern parts of the country, ranging between 23 degrees Celsius over Jwaneng and Good Hope to 26 degrees Celsius over much of northern central into northeast districts. In other parts of the country, warm temperatures are expected in the afternoon, ranging between 27 degrees Celsius over Veda, Tsane, and Chobe district to 30 degrees Celsius over Ngojane. Now looking to African cities for tomorrow, partly cloudy conditions are expected over Cape Town and Dar es Salaam, while over Gqeberha, possibility of showers are expected. For Luanda and Antananarivo, possibility of thunder showers are expected, while over Windhoek and Nairobi, clear skies are expected to be visible. Still on African cities, possibility of thunder showers are expected over Monrovia, while over Tripolis, possibility of showers are expected. For Rabat and Addis Ababa, few patches of clouds are expected to be visible, while over N'Djamena and Khartoum, clear skies are expected to be visible. Well, that's all I had for you tonight. Have yourself a good night.
Bagaetso, hurt people will hurt other people. So let's break the cycle of violence. Seek help, even if you were abused many years ago. Do not wait for a volcanic eruption of your emotions. Say no to